I'm going to talk about how the baby boomers work with millennials. So I chose baby boomers because I just kind of did a scan of the folks that we have in our chapter and just kind of eyeballing, and it seems like we have a high percentage of baby boomers, and I just figured that we all work with millennials at some point in time. The other thing is, I think millennials get a bad rap. Whenever you say millennials, people are like, want to run for the hills. Oh my God, they don't know what they're doing. How do I work with them? So I figured this would be a good kind of workshop and training, and it's going to be interactive. So let's go ahead and get into it. So there are possibly 5 generations that exist in the workforce. So you have your veterans, so those are like 73 years old, and they are not a high percentage in the workforce, but they serve as consultants. Then you have your baby boomers, and there are about 45 million baby boomers in the workforce, and they are retiring at a rate of $12,000 per month. Okay, per month. So the second largest generation, and the age for baby boomers is 72 to 54. Okay, the second largest generation in the workforce are Generation X. So those are age 53 to 42. And then the largest generation in the workforce are the millennials. Okay, so that's 41 through 23, and then you have your Gen Z, age 22. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about what I do with my clients. So I have, as I mentioned earlier, I have clients that just have difficulties and challenges dealing with millennials. And the way that I approach it when I'm working with my clients, we have the same leadership tools, right? As leaders, we need to have an understanding of where our strengths are, how we feel, our biases, and we need to have an understanding of where we're coming from. And then we need to be open so that we can connect with the people that we work with in order to develop them and in order to influence them. So it's no different with millennials. There are no different tools, there are no different things that we do. It's just really trying to understand what characteristics do we have as baby boomers or whatever generation you're from, and then what characteristics do millennials have? And then how can we, kind of connect together? So I'm gonna just go over a few of the characteristics for baby boomers. So in communication, baby boomers like to communicate in person. They will get up, walk over to the cubicle, and have a conversation, have a dialogue. Verbal, right? And they communicate in a direct, diplomatic fashion. Most of them. Some of them have been known to go off, but that's okay.
Get to the point.
Okay, so for millennials, how do millennials communicate? Text, right? They don't want to get up and go and talk to you in person. They want to text you. They abbreviations, right? Not in full sentences, right? Okay. Now they text, they IM, all right, but they're always in communication, right? Because they have the technology to help them to be in communication. And when I'm going over these things, think about how these characteristics and tips that I'm going to show you, how you can use them in your own individual businesses when you're working with millennials, or if you're doing business with a millennial, okay? Sometimes millennials are thought to be disrespectful because of how they communicate or how they come across in text, but again, they just abbreviate, so they may not be thinking about the etiquette of communication, okay? Work ethic. For the baby boomer, what do? We work at a company for 40 years. We're loyal. We're going to get that pension. We're going to prove to this boss that we know what we're doing. Millennials, they want to be promoted, but they're not going to stay there all, they're not going to wait a long time to get that promotion. They want it quick, fast, and a hurry, okay? With millennials, there's multiple ways to get to 4. So 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4. They're looking for different alternatives on how to get things done, okay? They're not stuck to tradition. Baby boomers, we find something that works. If it's not fixed, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Let's just keep it moving. Millennials are looking for change. They're looking for how can we do this differently? How can we do it quicker? Technology. Baby boomers, they're slow to adapt to technology. They're slow to do something new, okay? Millennials, they're quick. That's what they're raised on. So for a baby boomer, we know what it's like not to have the internet, but millennials don't, right? So we know different modes of communication, but millennials are going to look at that technology. Millennials look at technology as allowing more freedom and flexibility. Baby boomers look at technology as a pain in the butt.
It's like you took them off their life support or something.
Exactly. Diversity and inclusion. So for baby boomers, there wasn't really this big push on diversity and inclusion. It's like, look, if you're part of the job, you're part of the job, you go to work, and let's just do this. What's all this diversity and women and minorities? What? Come on. With millennials, that's how they grew up, right? They have the highest share of immigrants in their population. So they're used to working together. They're used to more tolerant of other cultures. When I talk about this, I'm going to go into the tips now because I've got three minutes. When you think about diversity and inclusion, when you think about bringing a group of diverse people together, millennials can help you do that, right? Because they are looking at the good of the whole. So millennials can help with focusing on the whole. They're more open-minded to cultures and ideas and views. So let's talk about communication. Since millennials, so now I'm going to go into tips to connect. Since millennials are used to communicating on a more consistent basis, what I recommend for baby boomers is to give feedback, right? Not wait for an annual feedback, but be more consistent. They want consistent feedback on how they're doing, whether it's good, whether it's bad. It doesn't have to be a traditional performance eval. On work ethics, baby boomers can help millennials to be trained, to understand kind of the culture in the workplace, to understand the value of hard work, how to be prepared, how to work hard, how to be loyal. And then millennials can show baby boomers how to take risks, how to go outside the box, how to think outside of the box. Technology, the same thing. Millennials don't expect baby boomers to be as efficient on technology as they are, but they welcome you asking them questions. So there are ways that you can connect. Remember, every generation has their strengths and has their weaknesses, but where you can learn to work together and connect together and learn how to use the strengths, then you're developing a stronger team. Everybody wants respect, so baby boomers and millennials want respect. Okay. Millennials want to be recognized for the work that they do. They don't want to be talked down to. They want to be respected for what they bring to the workplace. Same with baby boomers. And baby boomers can serve as mentors to millennials to help them to understand the workforce, help them to understand, to give them direction and supervision. And millennials can help baby boomers with work-life balance.